Namaste and welcome all. Hope I'm audible. Uh, Thank you, ma'am. And it's a privilege, actually, and it's an honor also. And I would like to wish you all a very hearty welcome on this very significant day, which has brought us all together for a very significant and important milestone in our journeys. And this is for the launch of the International Resource Center on Inclusive Education and CBR. I hope all of you would take full benefit and advantage of the several resources that would be available and would be available in future on the portal, and also have a kind of interactive modalities with us. At the outset, I would like to welcome you all. I would like to welcome Ms. Anita Kumar, who's the CSR and Corporate Philanthropy Head from Amazon India. I would like to also welcome all the delegates from Amazon and Amazon India. I would like to also welcome guests that who will be joining us very shortly. Srimati Ritu Singh, IAS, Director, Department of School Education and Literacy, Government of India. Srimati Uma Mahadevan, Principal Secretary, Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department, Government of Karnataka. Priyanka Mary Francis, again Director, Department of Women and Child Development from Government of Karnataka. And M. Deepadi, IS, State Director of RMSA. Also, I would like to welcome all of you, the distinguished panels from universities, vice chancellors, NGOs across the nation and international nations, UN organizations, national networks in India, regional CBR networks from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Nepal, Pakistan, Maldives, Bhutan, and all our distinguished guests from other places, including Europe and Sweden, and United States and Africa, who would also be joining in very shortly. Now, I would request Dr. Indumati Raoji to please guide us through this. She has been the principal and the main creator behind this initiative, one of the main. And I would like her to take over the proceedings and introduce us to this wonderful show. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So I'm really so happy. Most of us we keep meeting almost on everyday basis in spite of Corona, because we have been working 24/7, and I'm very happy that you are all able to join us from India and from Sweden, from United States, from South Africa, and from all our member countries in South Asia, from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Bhutan. So I'm very glad that we are all here. Of course, in the backdrop, when you see I have Himalayas, that shows that I have been working a lot for the last 2 months to build up all this. So I just wanted to cool down. Of course, you don't need in Sweden something cool, but I need something in Bangalore. So I have that background. So now I would like to take you through a journey of what is that we want to share, and this is nothing new for people who are working in the area of community-based rehabilitation, because we always have been talking about knowledge building and knowledge sharing. So it is, and we have been quite committed to that, especially with CBR. And what we are doing is something, a collective work of all that we all have done, and we have tried to put us in a single window. So let us, I'll just take you through the slides. I hope it is visible. Is it visible?
Yes,
can someone respond?
Yes, madam, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So we welcome you to this International Resource Center on Inclusive Education and Community-Based Rehabilitation. So basically this website is just a single window or an umbrella of all the resources that is needed, first and foremost by families with a child with disability, second by children with disabilities themselves, people with disabilities who need information, and then the governments and NGOs, universities. So we have looked at the different users of knowledge, and we have tried to put together, starting from families and children with disabilities, because that is one of the priority issues for people who have worked in the field of CBR. One of the features of this website is on every month we have two programs that will be beamed through this workshop. It is named under Virtual Talks on Education and Development. The abbreviation is VEDA. And under VEDA Talks, we are going to bring people from all over the world, from different corners of the world, who have expertise on inclusive education, expertise on CBR, expertise on disability, to share with us their knowledge. This is this lecture every month is going to take place through this web portal, and there is one more workshop that takes place having a focus on parents, because I have been saying parents repeatedly, because that is our main group where we are going to have series of skill development, demystification, transfer of technology workshops for parents through this. So there is going to be one workshop for parents and for primary stakeholders who will use the technology. It could be teachers in government schools, Anganwadi workers, ASHA workers, and others. And there is going to be one lecture by international experts for universities, for researchers, for policymakers, on to have a global picture on what is happening in the field of disability across the globe. I think most of you know about the CBR resource kit, inclusive education resource kit, that is was developed by us for Bangalore University programs. All that has been now uh, grouped under digital library in this portal, and people can access the entire gamut of resources that is available in the field of disability and inclusive education and CBR, and they can also download the materials. So I always share one of my experience of a meeting uh, organized by UNICEF, where we were discussing about early childhood development, and I saw about nearly 40 NGOs developing the same tool, and we found that we all had developed the same tool because we were talking about the same child. So that is when I felt it is so important for us to share the existing knowledge so that we can build new knowledge. So digital library is a forum where people can have access to text, images, audios, videos, lectures, virtual classroom lectures, all that related to disability. It could be on public policies, legislations, roadmaps, assistive technology, parental support, teacher support, direct child support. I mean, just to name the few that you are really going to have access everything under the sky under digital library. There are three pictures here. One is I have shared about the VEDA talks, which will happen twice a month. Other is we have created the Ask Tina. So Tina is a girl who is going to answer everything on RPWD Act, whether it is disability rights, provisions, accommodations, assistive technology, inclusive education, CBR, early intervention, employment, skill development. We just need to ask, and she has answers. We are also giving support to Tina by asking Alexa, ask Alexa, to also give answers to all the questions related to disability. So this is one part of the main of this website, which is going to be available to families, people with disabilities, and all other stakeholders. That it is just a one point to ask questions on disability, and they are going to get answers on everything that is related. The third is, of course, that we are going to give links to all the websites of government, UN, NGOs, so that people will have access on what is happening, where it is happening, and what they are doing, so that people need not go in search of, say, websites. They would know that it's going to be like a directory of all the websites of all the major partners, government, UN, and NGOs, and others. So they will have access everything. Having said that, why we need to do it? I think sometimes we do miss out some websites, miss out something what we need. So we want to have a link to all the websites that are available, and with the categories that would be included. Inclusive education, CBR, and technology and partnership market. So this is a new concept, maybe to the website level, but it is quite an old one, because when I worked as part of the International League of Societies for Persons with Mental Handicap, we initiated the uh, partnership market in the field of intellectual disability. So this partnership market works like where people can post their offers and requests and get people who are qualified, who are trained to work, and also look for opportunities for people to work in new areas. So it will build linkages between trained human resources and the need in the area of inclusive education, CBR, assistive technology, reasonable accommodations are just a few, and we are going to have whole gamut of information on that. So here I must share that the research updates on inclusive education and CBR is something which is going to be shared with you on weekly and fortnightly basis, where you will get an update on what is happening across the globe. So this is going to be just to make life easy for everyone. We are putting it together. We are not creating any new knowledge as such, but we are bringing all the knowledge that is available across the globe into one single window. News and updates also will give you a lot of information, and we also have developed something called learning stations to support inclusive education. We have started one in Karlamangala, a village in Magadi, and we'll be starting in Magadi and in Nagaland and Delhi as well, to give a support which is based on the technology to children with disabilities, but also based on NEP 2020, looking at all the SCDG groups. So this is going to be a very innovative learning stations, which is built to strengthen and implement NEP 2020. Of course, you are all familiar with learning stations in other countries, which is there in every school or for cluster of schools. But here we have Indianized, ruralized the concept of learning stations, and we are starting this, which we hope and which will be replicated in other states. Partnership market, I always compare to a matrimonial bureau. So it is one has to submit their offers and requests, and a matchmaking takes place. And we stop there, and it is up to people to hire them on their terms and conditions. We don't want to interfere with that part of it. And you will see a lot of global, say, training programs happening in other universities or here. So people will get a lot of information on updates on the courses at different levels at the universities and other places. So you are going to get a lot of information on that. Under this portal, we also bring a fact sheet on uh, inclusive education and CBR, and the first fact sheet is already available. It looks at the chapter 6 of NEB on inclusive, on equitable inclusive education, and SDG goal 4, and social security for persons with disabilities update. And we have started some data mining on that, and we have started sharing on that. Then we also look at who wants CBR, because we know that CBR becomes a backbone and a foundation for inclusive development to achieve most of the SDG goals. So it is not just education or health. So across all the goals, CBR can be a very good foundation on that. So we are going to really look at CBR from the SDG perspective. Inclusive education and CBR technologies, human resources, as I have already started sharing. We are very happy that the government of United States has given us permission to use the assistive accommodations, assistive technology guidelines that is developed by them, and we are we are very happy to share that we are going to see something which we have not seen earlier in the field of disability on what exactly is reasonable accommodations and how we can really go about it in this website against the RPWD Act, which has listed about 21 types of disability. For each disability, you are going to find information on what kind of accommodation and what kind of assistive technologies. So that is available. So as you all know that NEP has a lot of focus on inclusive education with 6 E's: equity, equal access, equal opportunity, equal dignity, effective communication, and embrace culture. All this is built into the reasonable accommodations and assistive technology, and we are going to share a lot on that and how to really make it and take it to the grassroots level. So how do we really take it from public policy. And there's also bulletin board which is going to list a lot of materials on training programs and other information which people can use it. So there are other resources which looks at research for building a robust future. We look at a lot of roadmaps at the district level to implement various goals of SDG and the national mission mode programs. And these roadmaps are being prepared for the district level in collaboration with the district administration, especially with the rural development and panchayat raj. So we are going to share a lot of roadmaps, and we are going to post papers and data mining and a lot of softwares that is being developed and choice-based flexible courses for grassroots level, and research updates will be shared with you under the research building for the robust future. So what else is there? Inclusive education and CBR. Public policy is basically pathfinding effort. It is like having a Google map. Unless there is some vehicle and some driver, some fuel, time, money, just having a policy is not going to take us anywhere. So we are going to have a very in-depth debates on implementation of public policies and how we really look at from policies to practices. Against the drop of SDG goals, we are going to have these discussions in our Veda talks that happens every month, and also in our postings on public policies and research in the field of inclusive education and CBR. I'm very happy that there are many people. I would say that the whole world is part of IRIEC team. Just to name few, because when I go deeper into that, I have learned a lot from traveling and by meeting people, talking to people, than what I have learned from the universities. So at the core level, I'm very grateful to Amazon who have been made this vision of having a single window universal support of resources realize with the support. And of course, we have Nupur Junjunwala who is here with changing, and M-Spark who has developed a lot of technology on early intervention. And Sahyog is a team of very dedicated people who are working on early childhood support and inclusive education. So we are really grateful to everyone who are part of this. So for A to Z information on disability and inclusion, please visit the Inclusion Bharat International Resource Center on Inclusive Education and CBR. And through this, we can build a world we all want, to reach the unreached, to include everyone, leaving none behind. And we are also very grateful. This website is designed by Tejas Anand, a digital marketing consultant, using a new technology called Wix. So join us as volunteers. We need people. So instead of saying just thank you, I made an appeal. So we need a huge number of volunteers for back office. And I must share here that in the RPWD Act, the forum what we created as Ask T.I.N.A, Mr. Basavaraj, the former Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities in Karnataka, and myself, and with a large number of experienced people at the back office, we are going to answer each and every question that is posed by parents, because we don't want parents to wait or people with disabilities to wait. So we are going to answer, and if we do not know the answers, we are going to get the answers, and we are going to have that interaction through our blogs, which is created as a part of the Ask T.I.N.A series. So thank you very much. And now I request Mr. Vineet to take it over. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Now, I would request our distinguished guest from Amazon, Srimati Anita Kumarji, to please join us and give her insights. Anita.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I feel very honored to be called distinguished and all. I don't feel distinguished at all amongst the extremely distinguished crowd here, who's obviously very experienced, and really looking forward to learning from this group. I've been working for more than a decade in the development space, and prior to that, I was working in the corporate space. But most of my development work has revolved around, while I've worked on diverse topics, livelihoods and health and sanitation, water, most of my work has been around education and skilling for young people. And within that, specifically, my area of expertise and passion has been gender diversity and gender inclusion. So I understand inclusion from that angle, but very, very pleased and inspired to be part of this current initiative. Just a few words about our own philanthropy and CSR work. I lead CSR and corporate philanthropy work for India, Amazon India. Both are slightly different. As you can understand, we are a very diverse business. We are a marketplace, and I was very excited to see Indu ma'am talking about technology and marketplace, because those are words which I understand and which we constantly obviously use in Amazon. But given our variety of businesses, our grant making and our philanthropy work is also very diverse. We work across multiple areas, be it community based work around areas where we are present. With schools, we have a lot of programs going on. We have a signature computer science program called Amazon Future Engineer, which I'm happy to talk about in terms of, we just about started working with the Karnataka residential schools society, which really caters to a lot of marginalized populations, and we are hoping to bring them the same quality of computer science education. Apart from that, we respond to disasters and multiple other things. But one of our, very interestingly, the last 2 years where I've been part of Amazon, I joined Amazon about a year and a half ago. Once a year, we do this massive donation drive called Delivering Smiles. It's really stemmed from the holiday spirit. For us, the Diwali time is a big kind of event for the business. But at the same time, the idea was, what can we do for communities and for society? And for the last 2 years, given the pandemic, and we spoke to a lot of nonprofits on what are their biggest challenges, and most of the nonprofits we work with kids, and they all came back saying, devices are a big issue, and so many kids are out of school and they've not been able to attend online school, and that's been the biggest challenge, especially in 2020. So we started Delivering Smiles as a bridging the digital divide kind of campaign. In the first year, we ended up supporting about 20 nonprofits with just tablets, for kids to learn from home. But this year, we decided to be more ambitious. Kezia, my colleague, is here, and Indu ma'am has been closely interacting, with her. And this year we decided to just go broad and reach as many diverse communities as possible with the same concept of how can we bridge the digital divide. And that's where we decided to focus specifically on disability and persons with disability, to see, is there a way we can support more? So there was a cohort of organizations, but we got a personal recommendation from the Digital India Corporation about CBR network and the great work you are doing. And I'm very thankful that we got to know about your work through them. And over the last few months, we've just been completely inspired and amazed at the ambition and the scale of what you're doing, and how much good you're doing from grassroots to everywhere. And not just in a small way, but really thinking big in terms of how you want to scale this, and knowing exactly how communities are going to respond. It took us back to our time when we were working with some of our drinking water network colleagues, and they have a similar network, where a platform was created for resources for organizations to come and take. And this seemed a little similar, and I was very inspired by the work you're doing. We have played a very, very small part on it. At the moment, we are only funding a few things, but I really hope we can take this collaboration to even more meaningful levels. We have, obviously, as you know, many software engineers. We have over 100,000 employees within Amazon India itself. We are intent on making volunteering a big part of our organization. We're just about starting on that in that journey, and we also have diversity and inclusion is a very big agenda for us on the hiring side. So for us, every team has huge focus on inclusive hiring, and I personally referred multiple people on the hiring side, but not just on skilling and hiring, but importantly, we also have affinity groups which work and chapters. So that person couldn't be here, and Kezia will post the link of one of the heads of the PWD affinity group within Amazon. We do a lot of work for people with disability, not just in Amazon, but also in the communities outside through that group. So we have a lot of close connections around the disability space, and we want to completely move away, or create pathways where it could be a truly inclusive world around us and within Amazon. And that's our intent with this, and very proud and happy to play a small role in this, and really happy to see the collaborative way in which you're taking this forward, Indu ma'am, and hope to continue this great work along with you. I'm just going to pause here and happy to connect later, but thank you again. Very thankful to be here today.
Thank you so much, Anita ji, for being with us. Thanks to Himanshi and Kezia. Also, we have been having a lot of discussions, connecting ideas, and that is where when something takes shape, I was so happy that they're really very brilliant team what you have. I'm very happy to see you. I'm seeing you for the first time, so very happy. Now I request Tejas to take us through the website. How exactly it looks like. And before that, I request everyone to post their websites, because we are going to add links to all your websites. Kezia, namaste. We are very happy that you are here. And please share your websites on the chat box, and also have any small questions. Of course, this is not the place to have questions and debates, but I really request each one of you to spend at least about 3-4 sleepless nights, the way I do, and give all the valuable suggestions to strengthen this website. So we have looked at from various angles, taking all the advice, but now the proof of the pudding is how we are going to really use it. So please spend some time and please share your ideas. Now I request Tejas, who is the architect of this website, and he has developed a lot of patience because he has to deal with people like us. So now he is going to share with us and take us through the website. Over to you, Tejas.
Thank you, and those are very kind words. I hope I do them justice. Good evening to everyone, and hello to everyone around the world. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. So, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, firstly, this website's address is inclusionbharat.org. So we were fortunate to get ideate and get a good website address that would be reachable to people from all over the world. So I'm very happy about that. And as you can see, it is called IRIEC, which is International Resource Center on Inclusive Education and CBR. I'll just take you through the accessibility features first, and then take you through the actual navigation. So as soon as you enter the home page, there is this drop down saying EN, that is English. If you drop down, this website is translated into Hindi or Kannada. So you can drop down and choose to view the website in those two languages. Updates will be coming over time in terms of other languages. And this symbol over here is the accessibility menu. So you click on it and you'll be able to see the website in high contrast or bigger text or dyslexia friendly. I mean, the list goes on. So you're able to, even people who have vision problems, especially, will be able to view this website, as well as people with dyslexia. So hopefully, this will make it easier for them to actually interact with the website. So I think this menu is very self-explanatory. There's about us, about IREC, and why, and forum, and which I'll get to in a moment, and acknowledgements and contact us. But the main frame is over here where we have Veda Talks. So Veda Talks, as Dr. Rao explained, is virtual talks, and if you click register, uh, we will be uploading future events every time we have one completely planned, and people will be able to access it in through Mr. Vinit's help. There's a whole system that goes behind how people can register and how people can get access to the actual talk. It is completely online, and these are past events. So this is a talk that Dr. Rao gave, and the topic was parents helping teachers, helping children with special needs learn at home. And this was a talk by our distinguished guest, I think Dr. Saraswati Hosdurga, and she's a UK-based pediatrician. So she gave a talk as well. So this is a space, and this website in general is something that is constantly updated. So there is a reason to come back every time because it is not static information. So that's just something I wanted to point out. And Ask T.I.N.A is, as my mother, as Dr. Rao mentioned, is towards inclusion network abilities. And if you click on it, there are 4 tabs that you can view. There's also a general description with download links for English and Hindi RPWD Act. There is also a description on how to use this section, and there are 21 types of disabilities. So if one clicks on 21 type of disabilities, for example, as acid attack victims, then you get to see information about acid attack victims, and they're all organized and color coordinated. So hopefully making the experience of understanding and digesting the information easy for the viewer. So now I will navigate back to the main web. Um, Going through videos, there are YouTube videos that have been linked with focus on inclusivity and disabilities. And you can navigate back and do the same for RPWD Act. And A to Z on disability, A to Z on disabilities is the separate tab where you can find further information. And sorry. And this highlighted blue box, which says post questions and post offers and requests, takes you to the forum. So if you do go to the forum, it says connect and ask questions, and you can ask Dr. Sri Basavaraju or Dr. Indumati Rao any questions, and they are organized in such a way that you can ask a specific question to a specific expert, and the official replies will all be posted on a separate thread. And the offers and requests is something that if you click, the offers and requests is a paid feature, so people do have to subscribe. So if you can, if you do click on post offers, you'll be prompted to subscribe to connect and ask questions. So if you say see plans, there is 500 rupees for 1 year. It is valid for 1 year, and you get access to digital library and this job exchange. So if someone has already subscribed, they can simply click login and they will be prompted to log in. They can also register and log in over here on the top right, which is common on all the pages. So that is Ask T.I.N.A, and noteworthy updates is general news, and I think the content will be updated as time goes on, but right now there is a newsletter, and we'll be putting it in Word and PDF format, each version or volume for that matter. And there is a previous news that you can sort of read through. So there's a comprehensive understanding of what is going on with this general field. Digital library is again a paid feature. So once you click on digital library, you'll be prompted to you can read through the entire understanding of what digital library is and how to use it. Uh, and if you say click on access digital library, you there are articles currently from serial number 1 through 50. So that may be difficult to actually navigate to the exact one you're looking for. So there is a small magnifying glass here. If you click that and you type, for example, we have cognitive development. So if I just type cognitive and enter, all the cognitive articles will show up over here. There are 3 over here, and they're all numbered. So you get a small preview of it, and if you click on that, on any of the ones you want, there is an abstract and there is a subscribe now prompt. So if you click subscribe now, it goes back to the subscription plan of 500 rupees, where you get access to the digital library and the job exchange. News and updates is exactly what I just showed you. It is just another prompt to go to the same. Sorry, maybe I was too quick. It is the same. It is the prompt to go to the same page and understand what is happening. Uh, Inclusive education, CBR technology, human resources development, and research updates. I think Dr. Rao is better suited to explain, but I can show you how to navigate through it. So there is a home page on the which is the bulletin board, and if you click research updates, you get research updates, and they're all color coordinated. For we've really tried to make this. It is not an individual effort, I must say. So we have really tried to make this as easily digestible in terms of this information, because it is an information website, and it is very heavy on the user to sort of take in all of this at once. So we have tried our best to make this smaller chunks and digestible bites in terms of information. And inclusive education and CBR, this is of course you get updates related to that topic over here. So I will navigate back to home. And inclusive education and CBR partnership marketplace, which is called Atmanirbhar Samaj Nirman. I hope I'm saying that right. It gives you an overview of how to use the marketplace, and you can subscribe to view the job portal. So this is something that it makes it very clear that you have to subscribe to view these, and it takes you back to the forum. And there is also a small dollar sign next to offers and requests to show that this is paid. And again, if you click, it prompts you to subscribe. And finally, there is a newsletter subscription form, and people can enter their email address and get the regular updates from CBR and the IRIEC team. And these are all the partners, of course. And I don't think I should forget to mention Amazon is here and CBR Network is here. So about us will take you through the actual about CBR Network, about MSpark, and so on and so forth. About IEC will, I think this is self-explanatory. I don't think I need to explain to anyone about the main menu. The forum will take you to the forum page, where there is the Ask T.I.N.A, Ask Questions threads and the official replies, and of course the offers and requests. And there are acknowledgements, and finally there is contact us. So I hope that is clear, and if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer. What I'm going to do right now is copy the link and paste it in the chat box, so that anyone can view it by just clicking the link. Thank you for your time, and yeah, if there's any questions, please, I'm happy to answer.
No, I don't have a question, but I just have a clarification. Nearly about 60% of this website is free, so there is no need for people to register or to subscribe. The other, say 40%, there is one 500 rupees annual fee. This is for our back. This is an interactive website. it is not a static website. It needs a constant interaction with the users. So we need a very robust back office to work 24/7. So for that, we have created this 500 rupees annual fee to sustain this, to sustain the entire activity. Otherwise, it becomes like old websites with no updates and no interaction. So there is a constant interaction through Veda Talks, through Tina, and as I said, we are also taking the help of Alexa to help Tina. And then we are going to offer, put all our training, one credit programs free for parents, especially. As I said, I repeatedly I'm saying parents because that is one of the major focus what we have here. So the parents should have access to all information related to disability, and demystification should be the major outcome. Then we are looking at various other support systems that will come from all our partners, government, NGOs, UN organizations, universities. So we are all going to put and link it together. So thank you very much, Tejas, for helping us in building the website. Thank you very much. Now over to Vinny.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you, Tejas, and thank you, ma'am. I think it was a it's been a very exciting journey, the way we developed, and Tejas, and I'm sure all of you will definitely find a lot of information and resources that would be practically applicable in your area of influence. Now, I would request Nupurji to provide us a vote. I mean, we have come to the end of the launch. If you have any questions still, you can please put it on the chat box. We will still, I think, shall we wait for another minute or two before we...
I just checked the chat box. There are no questions. Loads of vitamin, which I need very much. A lot of appreciation from friends. So that was very expected. So not questions, but what I really request all of you is, please go to the website and give your valuable suggestions to strengthen it. So whatever technology could allow, repeatedly I was looking at accessibility and built a lot into that. And especially for the PDF reader, we have given a link on every page to use a free PDF reader download. So we have tried to do that because there are also costs in using technology. So we have to make a compromise. Wherever it is free, we have given access to that. So this is something. Anna has a question. Yeah, Anna, yes, tell me. Anna, you want to say something? No. Okay. So yeah, Akhil. Yeah, Akhil Bhai. Yeah, my favorite brother. Yeah, please ask a question.
First of all, a big congratulations, Indumati ma'am. Tejas, great job, and Anita, thank you very much for the support. It's not a question, just a little query that the website is accessible for all the people with disabilities in terms of text only, color contrast, and things like that.
No, there is a text to speech, which is built in. That is for the document, but we also have looked at the PDF because PDF is a bit tricky. So we've got one link, which is a free one, which we have posted on every page for those who need assistance in reading PDF reader. We have posted. The one of the issues what I found is most of the assistive technology is a paid one, so it is not free, except what is available in Google. So, and regarding Indian languages, we could hardly find text to speech, and other applications. So it is a journey. So we all need. Now we are identifying and we are also discussing with All India Council for Technical Education that this is what is required, because we need to develop. See, people in the United States or Germany cannot develop text-to-speech software for Kannada language. We need to do that. So we need to work on that. As far as whatever was free, we have taken everything. In fact, when we chose the portal, the platform where we have to build, we did a lot of research and we found the Wix was the most disability friendly. So that is why we requested Tejas to develop using that. So it has something even dyslexia friendly language. As you know that I work from the area of say difficulties in learning. So I was looking at simplified text if it can be available, whether it's RBWD Act or so. I was desperately looking whether we can have something like that. So this really gives something which is very unique, which I had not seen. So all that has been incorporated. But
Right, ma'am.
as I feel, but we have a long way to go.
Definitely. If they just can just have a look at the W3C guidelines, those are very simple guidelines. You can change the background and the text color, so somebody who has that kind of visual impairment gets to see things much clearly. And when you take your cursor to a photograph or an image that is described, very simple guidelines are there. W3C guidelines. So
Yeah,
that will be helpful.
that has been integrated. That has been integrated.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank
We
you.
also developed the guidelines on communication for CBSE for the ministry. So it is mandatory. All websites should follow that. That has been included.
Brilliant.
Yes, now over to Nupurji. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. Um, it takes a village to bring up any child, and this one as well has been a long journey with a lot of support. It has been a dream of Indumati ma'am for a very long time, and it's with great pleasure that I see it coming to a reality. It's something that we all as practitioners have been craving for. So, yeah, and this journey has not been alone. So, I'd like to thank, on behalf of the entire team, those who have played a critical role. Anita Karwar ma'am, Ritu Sen from the Ministry of Education, who have been pushing us and helping us clarity alignments in policy. Uh, VS Basuv Raju, who is the former State Commissioner of the Persons with Disabilities Act in Karnataka. Of course, the entire Amazon team, Miss Anita Kumar, Kezia and Himanshi. Um, it is, I have interacted with many donors in my life, but very few who are so ingrained in the concept and believe in what they're supporting. We do hope that in the future we will see more differently abled people as part of your initiatives, starting with the engineering program you do. A lot of these children are actually very, very good in the sciences, unlike what is believed. So we do hope that your interactions with us and learnings will help you create the inclusion there. The Ask Jan team and Hirash, who's the Jan Associate Director, Mr. David Werner, who's the Director of Health Rights, Team CBR, Tejas, who's just done such a phenomenal job in the technology. Vineet Nagarajan, who's part of the, who has co-created this from a technology standpoint. Radhika Gopinath, Somya Jaisinha, Noor Sehgal, Nidhi, um, Chahak, Shalini, all of you all have played such a critical role in creating this content, uploading it. It is a lot more difficult than it we realize. The information is overwhelming, scattered, and to put it in an organized structure. And the rest of the CBR, Sahyog, and M-Spark team, and many of the other experts, both in India and overseas, who have helped building. But I can't conclude my vote of thanks without thanking Indumati Rao ma'am. She is an inspiration, a mentor. A lot of my journey has been as an advocate for my child, as well as as a general policy practitioner, has been thanks to her. She brings a calm persona with a strong determination, which is very deceptive. I have never had an incident, and I think all of you all might agree with me that she teaches you and brings you along patiently, convincing you, changing the way you think without you even realizing what you have become. Thank you, Indumati Rao ma'am, for bringing this, for bringing all of us together, for constantly pushing us to make this a reality. And we hope we can continue supporting you as we go ahead. So with that, I would end my vote of thanks and over back to you, Induramati Rao ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Nupurji for a fantastic Thanksgiving. It is it's done in a very interesting way. I just see two queries. Of course, Professor Rama wanted to raise question. If Rama is still there, please, you are welcome to raise the question.
Yeah, that is, in fact, I congratulate you. First, it is very good. That I want to know whether you can expand it. Is it that whatever space you have for this website limited, or do you invite any articles, blogs, such kind of thing from others also? Is there? I don't know much about it. Is there any possibility to have one blog section or some small articles or any event to be posted by others also, or is it whatever you post, we have to make use of it?
No, no,
You have to unmute. You have to unmute.
no. It is not that. As I said, see, none of us are as good as all of us. No? That is what I learned in some college, no? From some teacher. Sometimes we don't remember their name, but what they say, it is the impression is very strong. So it is so true. Here, it is not just small articles, Professor Rama. You can post even your books. You can post your PhD thesis. You can post your research papers. The entire digital library is a big Grantha Bhandar. Okay, it is like having. I'm sure that you have seen our CBR resource kit. It is like having 4 university library material. So all that has been taken. Not only books. Just forget about books. You can post your virtual lectures. So you can post anything. You can post your virtual lectures. You can post your videos. You can post everything. But all that has to be something connected with CBR and inclusive education, because we have a very close, firm focus on, say, disability. So we don't want to go outside that in this portal. So anything connected with that, with education, with employment, with community-based rehabilitation, please post it. As I said, not just article, the entire digital library, you can post your even 1,000 pages book on that. That is how it is shared, and people can download it, and we are going to do that. And Tippana garu asked me a question about the critical times we have during COVID. Kada Tippana garu, that is the question, no? Tippana garu, your microphone is muted. Your microphone is muted. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, no, now I can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me,
Yes,
madam?
yes, I can see you very well. I can hear you very
Yes.
well now. Yeah, Chapandi, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 or 2 sessions.
Yeah, maybe there's a network problem, no? Yeah.
Missed. I'm sorry. And the only thing is, what we are worried, most of the parents.
Yeah. Now we can hear you. Yes. But it is still, the connection is very bad. But since you have typed the question, so I got it. So the very first talk on Veda Talk was on
I'm sorry. Maybe
quality homeschooling for children with disabilities. The network is very bad. Anyway, we'll wait for your network to get better. Can I request Mr. Homnath Aryal from Nepal to comment? Yeah. Homnathji?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Indumati ma'am. So I'm very sorry that I was a little bit late. However, it is very, very important and a very valuable discussion that we have been learning so many things from this conversation. Thank you, ma'am. I'm still listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Omnath Aryal is from our National CBR Network, Nepal. And I really request everyone to stay in touch. Anna, would you like to say something? Yeah. Anna's organization and CBR, we are developing eco-inclusion, winning one school here in India and one school in Sweden. So we are training children, we are training parents, we are training teachers. It is a very interesting activity that is going on between Sweden and Bangalore. So we are. So Anna, would you like to say something before we conclude? Can you hear? Maybe it is muted. Yeah, your microphone is muted. Okay, that is no problem. That is no problem. We are coming to the end of it. We really request each one of you to fill up the Google form and submit it to us because we want to include your website in our website resources in this website. So this website will have all other websites for people to come access the websites in the field of disability. And please post all your articles, videos, video lectures, everything. Please share it with us. It will go into our say digital library. Digital library is going to be a huge access for people to get anything under the sky, to have access, not just cover page, but for the complete download of the material. That is what we have created. And we are very thankful, Mr. David Varna, like he is my guru. So I call it as Bhishma Pitamaha of disability sector. So he has shared the low-cost copyright version of his books. So very, very thankful to David. So you are going to get a lot of David's books in this website. And I must say, thank Ask T.I.N.A, the United States government, for giving us permission for their fantastic work on disability. Fantastic work, because I have not seen anything like that. I like, which looks at every aspect of disability, and we have taken quite a lot from Ask T.I.N.A, and we are very thankful to Ask T.I.N.A team. So thank you very much, and we will stay connected. And please visit the website, and please stay in touch with us. And please share your materials, and please share this website to everyone. So thank you very much. Sir, would you like to say something? Yeah.
No, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Congratulations, ma'am, again. Yeah.
So Basuraj sir and myself, we are really going to work with parents and try to answer everything if we know the answers. Otherwise, we are going to ask people who know the answers, and we are going to post the answers. So this is one very strong back office support we are planning for parents and for children with disabilities, a direct support from us. So this is, I feel Ask T.I.N.A will change a new chapter and a new page in the field of disability. So Tina and Veda and Alexa are all going to help us, technologists, to do what we could not do in an effective way. Thank you. Thanks, Radhika ji. All your help, from engineers to architects, everyone has contributed. Thank you so much for all the voluntary work. We need a huge army of volunteers. Please join us. Though we have referred to RPWD Act in India, but it is, most of the content is relevant to Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China. You know, we have taken a lot from the global needs as well. So you will find many things useful and relevant to your countries. So thank you very much. Namaste to everyone. And please share the website with your friends. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Over to Mini to final close. Yes.
We are just drop in the ocean, ma'am. Thank you so much.
It was a great support from your students from engineering, working in the field of disability and getting motivated and working, ready to work as volunteers. It's a great step. We have a lot of engineers helping. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now we are very happy that now Inclusion Bharat is available to each and everyone in India and across the world. Thank you. Namaste, Janak ji. Thanks for coming, for sharing. Most of the ideas were what we had discussed over cups of coffees and teas at NCRT. So now all is taking a final shape. So I really remember all the good work what we did with you, with Sudesh, and with Jangira. So tremendous amount of work. So all that we have tried to put it together. Thank you. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you, Rohini. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thanks, Ventesh. Thanks, Kairali, Sheila, everyone. Thank you very much. Stay in touch with us. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Venkyarani Bandit. It's a
Pleasure.
great.
Congratulations. Big job done. Very good. Lot of work.
You and me are so much committed to CBR, so we are very happy that we want to really give a good push to CBR to make people to understand that CBR is like a foundation stone to a building, whether it is SDG goals or NEP or whatever it is. So we need CBR support.
Very good. I'm glad it's got Government of India blessing, so CBR has blessing.
Yeah, we'll work together. We'll work together.
Okay, God bless. Thank you. Take care. I have another meeting. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Janet, you were saying something.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It's really very wonderful experience seeing this website, and the whole credit goes to perhaps Tejas. It's so simple to look at, so easy to look at, but how much effort and time might have gone while developing this website, I can understand. We even cannot, it's beyond our imagination, to have such a wonderful experience and have interaction with so many people at the national and international level. Thanks a lot, Tejas. Thank you. And thanks,
But
Indrajit.
for Tejas, we could have complicated this website. He has really simplified it. Really simplified it. Because people like me, we complicate. But he wants to make everything.
Of course, your intervention was important. That was more meaningful. So you, of course, have been working in the area for years and decades together. But look at Tejas, he has imbibed everything, understood what is going on in your mind, and then brought it in practice. That is the main thing. Thank you very much.
Because it's a new area, though he is used to, knowing disability, but to get what we had in mind on a website was quite a challenge. So, which has done very well.
Yes, it's a real challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks everyone. So now we will close this. Thank you.
Yeah.